And tonight in the pre-show, I thought a good story to talk about would be Canada phasing out the penny out of circulation.
Oh, Canada.
Now, I gotta tell you, folks, I am no Canadian expert.
We stand on guard for thee.
Our good friend Peter James Callahan knows all about Canadian coins.
And I know the entire Canadian national anthem. It's just
Every
Canada,
verse.
we stand on guard for thee, da-da-da-da, guard for thee, da-da-da-da, Canada.
Okay. Well, in that case, Peter, what's going on with this penny thing?
So they're discontinuing the penny.
Pourquoi?
I have no idea. Rich Webbs, help me out.
Why are they discontinuing it? Because it's pretty much obsolete at this point. I mean, at this point, America
obsolete
should
in our
probably
country,
be doing
too.
this. So basically what they're going to be doing is they're going to be rounding up to the nearest nickel. So whenever you see, I don't know, a package of wingdings at the store, it's not going to be 99 cents. It's going to be $1 or 95 cents.
I mean, I understand that. I mean,
Makes sense.
and the other thing is here, and I did a little bit of research, is that it takes about 1.6 pennies to make a penny in Canada.
And in our country, too. They're expensive to
They're
make.
expensive, yeah.
So the penny's actually worth
The
more.
reason why we have pennies in this country to this day, probably, and we're not phasing ours out, is because Lincoln is on the penny. And there's
Shout
lots
out
of people that
to
like
Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln, like myself, and every person who lives in Illinois. But the thing with
I
Canada...
I'm from Chicago. I get it.
So Canada for years, though, has had $2 and $1 coins, which have
don't
been
have
very
one.
popular.
That's very similar to the British currency system, which has
We
the
have
pound
$1
coin.
coins. People just didn't use them.
Sacagawea.
The Sacagawea dollars, everyone collected them, and they're sitting in like old people's attics at this point.
Did you guys have those quarter collector books when the
Yes,
state
I do.
quarters
My
came
grandma
out?
bought that for me.
I probably have one like in my basement, like a third of the way filled.
The collection, which mine is complete now, actually
wait, you
outlived
have-
my grandmother.
Wait, you have all 50 states?
I have all 50 states. And
So how much is that? How much is that worth now?
Like, there's millions of them out there,
like
so not very much.
$12?
Yeah.
No, it's worth
$12.50?
It's actually worth what is that? Yeah, $12.50.
Yeah, pretty much.
plus the book.
But it was nice. It was a good way to learn about America.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
give
it's,
you that.
I hear you. I think that's good.
for the kids.
I applaud people of Canada. So they're going to actually round up. So when you go to Canada and you decide to buy
I like it.
a Pepsi and it's like $1.02, you're
Also,
going to pay
they
$1.05 or $1.
Right, and they call their $1 coins loonies because they have a loon on them.
They have
And
a Looney Tunes
Dollar.
logo on them.
No, they have a loon.
Don't
Like
they pronounce dollar different
It's
than
a
we do in
black
America?
duck, basically. Dollar. They call them loonies and toonies.
No, but don't they call it like dollar?
A little
This
bit.
is
It's
Canada.
like it's Canada, so
Not
it's like
Britain.
it's not.
No,
Britain.
they say dollar differently than we say it in America.
a little bit.
So-
But they also use $2 coin pieces, which are very popular in Canada, and they take them
Really?
in vending machines. So like you can buy.
Okay, that is
Canadian
actually
money's worth
great.
less. So like a soda pop in a vending machine is $2. So you just put in a $2 coin. It's really easy.
Well, I mean, pretty much in America now, you're not getting like a 12-ounce soda for $1 anymore. It's like
Right.
$1.25.
Exactly. It's because of
So
inflation.
like a 20 ounce in Canada is like $2, and a 12 ounce is like $1.50.
So what do they call $2?
$1.50. They call them toonies.
So you just pop a
So
toonie in
it's
the machine.
two loonies because a loon is on the $1 piece. So you have toonies and loonies for $2 and $1
a
bills.
toonie and a loony and a dollar.
And they're really good looking. It's a really cool, like, I love
I'm
loons.
happy that Peter is our resident expert. I feel as I wasn't saying enough, but then
Resident Canadian expert.
he's our resident Canadian
I love Canada.